Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris. It's your boy Chris. It's another amazing episode of Financipation. This channel is all about making money. This channel is all about saving money. This channel is all about building generational wealth, and it's all about financially emancipating yourself from generational poverty. On this channel, everybody, I give you a six-figure MBA level worth of investing in financial knowledge for free here on YouTube. And the things that people typically spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn in business school, I give it to you for free here on Financipation. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to Kilica Solutions. They're one of my sponsors. If you need digital marketing, website development, or someone to essentially edit your YouTube videos, they're the best in the business at doing that and at meeting all of your digital needs. Also, please hit that notification bell so that you know when I drop new content, and please like, please comment, please share, and please subscribe to the algorithm, okay? So let's get started. Full disclosure, I've never particularly liked the term rat race because in many ways it generalizes and kind of belittles people who work in corporate America and who follow essentially a W-2. Additionally, if you're a teacher or you're a police officer, an engineer, a Marine, a civil rights attorney, or anyone who actually legitimately loves what they do for a living and who loves their job, and you love waking up and going to work on Monday morning, you also probably don't particularly care for the term rat race. And additionally, it should also be noted that the numbers do not lie. Over 80% of America's millionaires today invested into their employer's 401k match. And what that tells me is this, is that a disproportionately large percentage of American millionaires today worked in corporate America at some point as they were on their road to building generational wealth. Having said that, I do, however, think it's a good idea financially to become free and to work when or if you want to. The idea of working 50 years and then retiring on 35% of what you cannot afford to live on for 50 years, that to me does not make a lot of sense. But I do like the idea of being able to walk away from corporate America when you are ready. So you can spend more time with your family, spend more time with your loved ones, and essentially travel the world and do what you want to do. That's what we're going to talk about in this particular podcast, okay? We're going to talk about the various stages of financial freedom. So let's get started, okay? First, the first level of financial freedom is clarity. People, it is literally impossible to hit something if you have no idea what you are shooting at. Just like you wouldn't take a new job if you did not know what the actual job description and the responsibilities were, it is literally impossible to hit your financial emancipation numbers or your financial freedom numbers if you don't have clarity and know exactly what numbers you are shooting for and what retirement is even going to look like for you. So first, I need you to create a budget and calculate your expenses going out, and more importantly, the money that you are making coming in, as well as the debt that you owe. Essentially, everybody, your net worth equals your assets minus your liabilities. Basically, you need to know how much money you're bringing, you're essentially spending every month. And more importantly, you also need to know how much money you're bringing in every month. And ideally, I want you to maximize your income and to minimize your debts. And if you do not have a budget, go to my website, www.therealfinancipation.com, and you can download a free budget from there, okay? Next, the second stage of financial freedom is self-sufficiency. People, if you are serious about financially emancipating yourself from poverty and building generational wealth, being as self-sufficient as possible is an absolute must. To put it more succinctly, you have to be able to meet your financial obligations without going into debt or requiring the assistance of the government or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your mommy or whatever to take care of you. So let's talk first and foremost about credit cards, okay? Because when I'm talking about being self-sufficient, if you have to basically spend $4,000 or $5,000 every month to basically put it on credit cards, and guess what, people? You're not self-sufficient. The average credit card debt in America, everybody, has an annual interest rate of roughly 22%. As I've said in other podcasts, people, there's not a single investor, whether it's crypto, Forex, index funds, ETFs, mutual funds, property, or land, that returns on average 22%. And if you walk around with a bunch of credit card debt, which is at 22% on average, you are going to die broke, miserable, and poor, period, because it's stealing money from you at an astronomically high rate every month. Secondly, let's talk about the government. Everybody, if I step on your toes, I apologize and I'm sorry. But if you plan on relying on the federal government to take care of you in your retirement, people, you are playing an extremely dangerous game. I'll say it to you like this. When Social Security first started in the 1930s, they set up the retirement age at 65 because the average American white male was dying at 60. It should also be noted that back in the 1930s, for every one American that basically put money into Social Security, 16 Americans essentially paid into it. Today, in 2023, for every one American that receives Social Security, only 2 Americans are paying into it. To make a long story short, people, this is not a political statement. Social Security is not sustainable and it's not going to last. And if you are essentially putting your eggs into the Social Security basket, I have a news for you. Unfortunately, you're probably headed to an extremely, I'll say this, dark place. And nothing is sadder than if you drive down the streets of Los Angeles or Miami or Chicago or New York or Roanoke, Virginia or whatever. Nothing is sadder than seeing a 70 or 80-year-old homeless woman that can't defend herself sleeping and living on the streets. And as it turns out, everybody, that is the unfortunate reality that's happening over all of this country, where you have essentially a lot of older people who are retiring homeless people. Please do not let that be you, okay? Next, the next stage of financial freedom is stability. At this stage of your life and your financial journey and everything, and your financial emancipation, you've essentially paid off most of your high interest debts. Your credit card debt is gone, your student loans are gone, and you have a 6 to 9 month emergency fund essentially in the bank. At this point in the game, you essentially go to work every day somewhat comfortable because you know for a fact that if you cussed your boss out today, you would have a job waiting for you tomorrow. And you also know, more importantly, that in the event you did get fired, laid off, you decide just to quit, you could probably go 6 to 9 months living on a beach and not miss a beat. I'll also say at this point, you honestly do not care, once again, about losing your job, because you are 100% certain, people, I'm gonna say this again, that you could go live in another country for a couple months and literally easily get a better job when you decide to come back to work. So before I go any further, everybody, please hit the notification bell so that you know when I drop new content. Please hit that like button. Please share the video. Please comment. Please subscribe. It helps the algorithm. And I thoroughly enjoy giving you guys new content. Next, the next stage of financial freedom is flexibility. At this stage in your financial emancipation life, you can easily go 2 full years without working and without missing a financial beat. These are the types of people who typically take about $100,000 pay cut to do a job that they absolutely love, or to start a business they've always dreamed of, because they spent the first 10 to 15 years of their career essentially working at a job that paid them extremely large amounts of money and then essentially allowed them to put themselves in a situation. This is also the type of person where they could take, if they wanted to, a 1-year sabbatical and not miss a beat, because they have essentially achieved the level of financial freedom where they could, once again, easily go 2 years and not worry about getting paid. To put it simply, everybody, once you make it to this particular stage of financial freedom, you have the freedom to organize your lives, and more important, to work the types of jobs that you want to work according to your own personal preferences. And this is an individual that could live completely off of their savings for a set period of time and not notice any type of difference in their family life or in their personal life, okay? Next, the next stage of financial freedom, or whatever, is what I like to call true freedom. In the previous level of financial freedom, which was flexibility, you could kiss corporate America goodbye for about 2 or 3 years. But deep down inside, you always knew you would be coming back after your sabbatical, or after your mini retirement, if you want to call it that. However, with this stage of financial freedom, the stage that I like to call true freedom, you have 100% emancipated yourself and your family from you ever having to work again in corporate America or in one of your businesses. These are typically the types of individuals who have invested so heavily and lived so far beneath their means in their late teens and 20s and their 30s, and that they have amassed literally tens of millions of dollars and set themselves up for life. Or this is the individual that started a business right after high school or after college. They worked 100 hours a week for a decade or more, and selling that very successful business for about $10 or $15 million, or sometimes for $100 million. And they are now literally looking at the possibility of 50 years of retirement because they have so much money, they literally can't spend it all. Everybody, when you reach this level, additionally, your stock market investments are literally generating thousands of dollars every day in investments and in interest or whatever, and you never have to work unless you absolutely want to. What I notice about people who reach this level is that additionally, their real estate investment properties are typically also returning so much money that literally they don't have to go back to work ever again. I will also say this is typically, however, a level that very, very few Americans and very few human beings actually reach in general, okay? And the only way people typically choose this level of financial freedom, which is once again the level I call true freedom, is by working extremely hard, working extremely smart, investing correctly, living beneath their means, and marrying the right individual. Next, the next stage of financial freedom is actually my favorite, and it has nothing to do with money. It's called generational wealth. Once again, everybody, this is the only thing on this list that once again has nothing to do with money, because in my opinion, however, it is easily the most important item on this list. If you follow my channel, Financipation, you are well aware of the fact that I unabashedly and unashamedly talk about the need for people to build generational wealth for their children, their grandchildren, and for their heirs. People, it's like this: anyone can make a lot of money and die rich. Simple as that. But very, very, very few people know how to teach their children and their grandchildren how to stay wealthy long after they are dead. And if you don't believe me, I mean, it's quite simple. Just take a look at any celebrity that you can think of: Elvis Presley, the Vanderbilts, Mozart, and countless other rappers, musicians, and entertainers whose children and whose grandchildren literally died penniless and broke less than a decade or so after their father or their mother or their grandfather had money. I also want you to compare those individuals, the Elvis Presleys, the Vanderbilts, the Mozarts, compare those individuals to the individuals who did properly teach their children how to build generational wealth, like the Rockefellers, the Obamas, Deion Sanders' children, Febby Gates, Bill Gates' daughter, people like that. Take a look at those children, compare them to the ones I got talking about earlier, who actually were taught properly how to build generational wealth. And it should also be noted that all these children's parents are wealthy, and they in turn taught their children, once again, how to build wealth and to keep it themselves. Check out my podcast, The Rockefeller Method, okay? And in that video, I specifically do a stark contrast between the children of the Vanderbilts and the children of the Rockefellers, and how the Rockefellers essentially built a living trust to build generational wealth that has lasted almost 7 to 8 generations. And outside of giving it away, the highest level, to me anyway, of financial freedom is training your children and your grandchildren and the next generation on how to multiply the wealth and the money that you left them. Lastly, the final stage of financial freedom is what I call charity and giving it away. On our channel, and that's basically designed to talk about building wealth and everything. And in a world where everybody's just consuming and taking, and not giving, it's always kind of interesting and refreshing when I hear people say that one of the most important things about making money is figuring out how to give it away and how to bless others. And I want you to take a look at the Bill Gates and the Warren Buffetts of the world, because they literally have trust in place to give away like 90% of their money after they are dead. So this is actually one of those kind of things that I find is just truly amazing. And some people, you could call it karma, some will call it Yahweh, some call it the universe, whatever you call it, people. But as it turns out, and I have seen this in my own life, the powers that be overwhelmingly bless people who give a lot of their money to others. The highest form, everybody, of financial freedom that I have ever seen and are the decamillionaires and billionaires that end up giving their fortunes to charitable causes, humanitarian efforts, and to the less fortunate. Study after study shows that the happiest and most fulfilled and the most satisfied people spend their lives essentially helping people and giving away their money when they get to a certain age. If you don't believe me, I'll just keep it a buck. I want you to go to a local homeless shelter in like downtown Miami, or go to like Skid Row in Los Angeles and feed at a homeless shelter, or feed at a soup kitchen. Just try it. Or how about this? Go volunteer at an orphanage or a battered women's shelter on Thanksgiving or Christmas Day after you eat with your family. And I promise you, you are going to get more from doing that than the people who you are helping. The final stage of financial freedom, everybody, is finding a worthy cause or a worthy person to give your time and your money and your energy to. And because when it boils down to it, everybody, our most important purpose on this planet, after we have helped ourselves and helped our families first, is to help other people. So that, everybody, this channel, Financipation, is all about making money. It's all about saving money. It's all about building generational wealth, and it's all about financially emancipating yourself from generational poverty. You can book a one-on-one session with me at any point. The link is below. And I'm not giving you financial advice on this channel. I want you to make your own responsible decisions based on your thorough independent research that you do for yourself and for your particular family and situation. Also, I want you to check out my website at www.therealfinancipation.com. My Instagram page is thereal_financipation. My Spotify is Financipation, just like it's spelled in the sign behind me. My TikTok is Financipation, and my Facebook page and my Facebook tribe is also called Financipation. I want you to check out my financial blog as well, okay? Financipation for $4.99 a month, where I go into a lot more detail about different investment strategies, property, real estate, land, investment trusts, ETFs, mutual funds, HSA conversions, and all that kind of stuff, okay? And also I want you to check out some of my digital, my e-products below as well. Hit the notification bell. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, please hit that notification button, everybody, so that you know when I drop new content. Thank you, Kilico Solutions, for all the dope graphics. And once again, everybody, it's your boy Chris. I'm out. Peace.